What if a rap song could do more than dominate charts? What if it could quietly shake the foundations of an entire industry? In July, Eminem once again stepped into the spotlight, not with noise, but with intention. A track many fans referred to as Fuel arrived like a spark in a dark room. At first listen, it felt familiar. Sharp delivery, controlled aggression, and lyrical precision. But as the beat settled, listeners realized something else was happening beneath the surface. This wasn't just a song, it felt like a message. Eminem has always been known for saying what others hesitate to say. Not directly, not recklessly, but through layered meanings. Double entendres, carefully chosen pauses, lines that seem simple until you replay them for the third or fourth time. And Fuel is built exactly that way. Soon, discussions began spreading across fan communities. People weren't asking, "Is this catchy?" They were asking, "Who is this really for?" And more importantly, why now? Eminem didn't name anyone. He didn't need to. The power of his writing lies in implication. Listeners felt that the song reflected long-standing whispers within the entertainment world. Stories that never fully surfaced. Conversations that stayed behind closed doors. Fuel felt like a mirror, not an accusation. What made this moment even more striking was Eminem's calm confidence. No interviews filled with explanations, no clarifications, just silence and lyrics. That silence sparked another question. Why does Eminem seem so untouched by pressure that would silence others? To understand that, you have to look at the circle around him. At the center stands Dr. Dre, the mentor, the architect, the man who discovered Eminem when few believed in him. Dre didn't just produce Eminem's music, he gave him legitimacy in a culture that demands authenticity above all else. Their bond goes far beyond business. Dre once said Eminem's imagination has no limits. He called him one of the greatest to ever touch a microphone. Praise like that isn't handed out lightly, especially from someone who shaped the sound of an entire era. Then, there's 50 Cent, a survivor, a strategist, a voice that never learned how to whisper. His relationship with Eminem goes back to the early days, when Eminem brought 50's mixtapes into the room and opened doors that changed hip-hop history. Together, Eminem, Dre, and 50 form more than friendships. They form alliances, decades of shared battles, success, and loyalty. In an industry where trends move fast and alliances fade faster, that kind of bond is rare. Many believe this circle acts like armor. Not protection in a literal sense, but influence, respect. Wait, the kind that makes people pause before pushing back? And Eminem knows this. But Fuel isn't only about power. It's also about Eminem himself, a man who built his career by turning pain into poetry. His lyrics have always carried pieces of his past. Family struggles, broken relationships, inner conflict, moments of rage and moments of reflection. That honesty is what separates him from many mainstream voices today. While much of modern rap celebrates glamour and excess, Eminem often turns inward. His songs feel like journals written under pressure, then released to the world without filters. This is also why his diss tracks hit differently. When Eminem responds, he doesn't rush, he calculates. Fans still remember his lyrical battles, especially the one involving Machine Gun Kelly. The structure, the rhythm, the way each bar connected like puzzle pieces. It wasn't loud, it was surgical. The same precision appears in Fuel. Nothing feels accidental. Every word lands exactly where it needs to. Even his past tension with Snoop Dogg followed this pattern. A comment, a reaction, a lyrical response, and then silence again. Eventually, calm returned. No chaos. No prolonged feud. Just proof that Eminem responds when he feels disrespected, not when he feels threatened. That distinction matters. Eminem doesn't chase relevance. Relevance finds him when he speaks. And that brings us back to Fuel. The timing, the tone, the restraint. Everything about the track suggests intention rather than impulse. It feels like Eminem reminding the world that lyricism can still carry weight. That storytelling can still challenge comfort. That music can still make people think instead of just react. What makes Fuel powerful isn't what it says outright, but what it allows listeners to interpret. Each listener brings their own understanding, their own theories, their own reflections, and Eminem lets that happen. He steps back. The beat fades. The conversation continues. So here's the thought worth sitting with. In an industry built on noise, trends, and constant visibility, what does it mean when one voice can remain calm, untouched, and still command attention? Maybe Fuel isn't meant to answer anything at all. Maybe it's simply meant to remind us that some artists don't need to shout to be heard, and the mic is still on.